Yes. Simple concept. No, you're lying.
Regular meeting, 7:00 p.m., Wednesday, May 10th.
Is that thing on? Okay, there we go. May 10th, 2023, Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs? Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem?
Here.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins?
Here.
Vice Mayor Morset?
Here.
Mayor Mohammed?
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. We're going to skip around just a little bit. We have proclamations tonight, and so I'm going to move this around just a little. And I'm going to start with 4.4 because I know these young ladies have some other places they need to get to tonight, and I know they want to get their proclamations from each of the cities that they're visiting. So I am going to call Miss Maria Swanson and Lucy Rolls up to accept the proclamation, and I'm going to read it into the record. Okay. This is from the town of Pembroke Park. This proclamation is for National Gun Violence Awareness Day. This proclamation declares the first Friday in June to be National Gun Violence in Pembroke Park to honor and remember all victims and survivors of gun violence and to declare that we as a county must do more to end this public health crisis. Whereas every day more than 120 Americans are killed by gun violence and more than 200 are shot and wounded, with an average more than 17,000 gun homicides every year. And whereas Americans are 26 times more likely to die by gun homicide than people in other high-income countries. And whereas in Florida, 2,989 people die by guns in an average year, with a rate of 13.3 deaths per 100,000 people, a crisis that costs the state $40.3 billion each year, of which $875.9 million is paid by taxpayers. Florida has the 30th highest rate of gun deaths in the United States, and whereas gun homicides and assaults are concentrated in cities with more than half of all firearm-related gun deaths in the nation occurring in 127 cities. And whereas cities across the nation, including in Pembroke Park, are working to end the senseless violence with evidence-based solutions, and whereas protecting public health in the communities they serve is mayor's highest responsibilities, and whereas support for the Second Amendment right of law-abiding citizens go hand in hand with keeping guns away from people with dangerous histories. And whereas mayors and law enforcement officers, in partnership with local violent intervention activists and resources, know their communities best and are familiar with local criminal activities and how to address it, and are best positioned to understand how to keep their citizens safe. And whereas gun violence prevention is more important than ever as we see an increase in firearm homicides and non-fatal shootings across the country, increased calls to domestic violence hotlines, and an increase in city gun violence. Whereas in January 2003, Hadea Pendleton was tragically shot and killed at age 15. And on June 2nd, 2023, to recognize the 26th birthday of Hadea Pendleton, born June 2nd, 1997, people across the United States will recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange in tribute to Hadea Pendleton and other victims of gun violence and the loved ones of those victims. And whereas the idea was inspired by a group of Hadea's friends who asked their classmates to commemorate her life by wearing orange, they chose this color because hunters wear orange to announce themselves to other hunters when they're out in the woods. And orange is a color that symbolizes the value of life. And whereas everyone can join this campaign by pledging to wear orange on June 2nd, the first Friday in June in 2023, to help raise awareness about gun violence. And whereas by wearing orange on June 2nd, 2023, Americans will raise awareness about gun violence and honor the lives of gun violence victims and survivors. And whereas we renew our commitment to reduce gun violence and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the hands of people who should not have access to them and encourage responsible gun ownership to help keep our families and communities safe. Now, therefore, we, the Commission, do hereby proclaim the first Friday in June as National Gun Violence Awareness Day. We encourage all citizens to support their local communities' efforts to prevent the tragic effects of gun violence and to honor and value human lives.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Mayor and Town Commissioners. My name is Maria Swanson. This is my friend and partner volunteer, Lucy Rowles, with Broward Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. I would like to thank the Mayor and the Commission for issuing this proclamation, declaring Friday, June 2nd, National Gun Violence Awareness Day. And this is hard because although after the recent news from Nashville, from Louisville, from Allen, Texas, and frankly, from most everywhere, if we need a proclamation to make us aware of the gun violence plaguing our country, then we aren't paying attention. In the proclamation, we mentioned Hadia Pendleton. Her friends, who like her, were young Black women, started this tradition, as the mayor said, because orange is the color hunters wear for safety, and it carries the message that we are not prey, and we should not be in danger of being shot everywhere we go. We know that we are all safer when firearms are stored, unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. Our Be Smart campaign explains that gun owners don't need to choose between storing guns securely and maintaining quick access to them. Ultimately, secure gun storage prevents kids and other at-risk people from accessing guns. When we protect our most vulnerable people from the dangers of unintentional shootings or self-harm, the whole community benefits. Please go to besmart.org for kids to learn more. And Mayor Mohammed, we would welcome the opportunity to partner with the town to make information about that program, securing firearms safely, more widely available to your residents. Thank you again for declaring June 2nd National Gun Violence Awareness Day in the town of Pembroke Park.
We thank you, and we look forward to working with you on that program. I'm going to come give this
We'll
to
be
you.
in touch.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Please, I'll come.
Okay, thanks. I was going to try to waddle down.
see that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, okay. Do you want, you want us to come down? We can come down.
No, I don't
Sure.
want you to come down.
I can walk.
If that's okay.
Come on, let's go down. Everybody, let's go down and take a picture real quick. We'll come down. You sure?
Yeah. Well, we can just go right here, stand there.
I don't want to go behind the dais, that's not.
We'll come down.
Done.
Let's go. We'll come down. Come. Come on down.
Sure.
We'll just stand here.
We'll come down.
I worked for local government for 33 years. We never went behind the dais. Right?
I remember.
Thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Thank goodness.
Oh, really?
Everyone is at risk these days, unfortunately. No, we're fine. You go in the center.
You're the mayor.
You're the mayor. I know, but we're just volunteers carrying the message. What do you need?
One, two, three.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'll be in touch if I want to get some information to your residents. Thank you. We have them and we give them out in events everywhere.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun. You're welcome.
Thank you for coming.
You and the attorney over there? I know. Still?
I think I could do the one step. We're working towards the two step. So at least we got the one step. Okay. 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 Yep, I'm good. I just wanted to get them out of there because they have a few more cities to hit up tonight. So we're gonna move on to 4.1, Broward County Transit's PREMO, Premium Mobile Plan Network Presentation. Barney McCoy, Assistant General Manager. Hi, how are you?
Good evening, Madam Mayor and fellow commissioners. My name is Barney McCoy. I'm the Assistant General Manager for Service and Strategic Planning for Broward County Transit. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak before you this afternoon. We provided a presentation that's actually lengthier than probably needed this afternoon. So what I'm going to do is make this 35 slide presentation. I'm going to make the presentation down about 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right. Again, coming from Broward County, what you got here is the plan, introduction. We'll go through the plan overview, the implementation plan, and the program risk, then summary and next steps. When the transportation surtax passed in November of 2018, the county made some lofty commitments to the municipalities. Part of that was that we wanted to define a vision of transit across Broward County, and specific as to high capacity and premium transit. Our strategy was just to invest countywide in these types of services to provide additional connectivity and mobility. The goals for the plan, again, we want to improve mobility for everyone, integrate and serve the communities, implement equitable transit solutions to make sure, regardless of your demographics, where you live in the county, that you had access to the same types of services. We want to make sure that it was sustainable and environmental friendly. And we also wanted to enhance economic development. There's a fact, a well-known fact, that for every $1 billion you invest in transit and transit capital, there's a creation of about 50,000 jobs. The transportation surtax is projected to bring in $16 billion over 30 years. So if you do the math on that, that's a significant number of jobs we plan to increase in the county. Okay, so what do we gain at the end? At the end of this plan, you'll have over 200 miles of premium service. We'll increase the annual ridership by about 23 million trips. We plan to have a 100% electrified bus fleet. We're going to implement things like new intelligent transportation systems. When we're talking about things like that, we're talking about jump or traffic signal priority, things that will help the buses and the services speed along the corridor. And to make sure that this is friendly, what we plan to do is work with each of the municipalities to make sure that the infrastructure that we're putting in, that it's aesthetically pleasing to the different municipalities. Okay, in terms of methodology, we wanted to make sure that everything with this plan was actually data-driven. So when I say data-driven, we looked at each corridor across the county, did what's called an isochrone analysis. And this isochrone analysis went in and looked at travel times between trip generators. It looked at origin and destination. But what we did was group these isochrones together in order to lay out what the network would look like. Data modeling. There's an expectation that FTA, Federal Transit Administration, and the state are going to participate in these projects. In order to do that, there was a certain standard that we had to meet in terms of how the data was collected and what the analysis was done. The modeling that we did, though, was meant to get us to that point. In order to project the cost, we used national best practices to identify what the cost would be for the plan. And we want to make sure we circle back with the communities, which is why we're here tonight. We met with the communities about a year and a half ago to roll the plan out to them, made a promise that at the conclusion of the plan, when we were complete, we would come back and propose the plan to the cities. Skip this. What you have here are the recommendations that came from the plan. What we're talking about, again, we're talking about things like premium transit and high capacity. The plan recommended commuter rail, recommended light rail transit. There was a recommendation for bus rapid transit and also a concept called high-frequency bus. If you look to the right here, it gives the specific characteristics or operating characteristics for each one, though. Most expensive, though, being, of course, the commuter rail, followed by light rail transit, bus rapid transit, and high-frequency bus being the least expensive. What you see here is the network as it was proposed, and you have east-west connectivity, north-south connectivity, but again, it's meant to integrate the county and provide connections all across the county. You've got 11.5 miles of commuter rail, 23.3 miles of light rail transit, 76 miles of bus rapid transit, and about 100 miles of high-frequency bus. Now, what I want to do here is skip, because the next 15 or so slides actually goes into what each one of these corridors is and the technology for each. But again, this just gives you a broad overview of where these services, where these investments are going to be made across the county. This here is the 5-year look ahead. And what we plan on doing here is acknowledging the fact that we've identified the plan. What we plan on doing the next 2 years is what we call pre-launch activities, and that allows us to order buses. I mentioned earlier to you about meeting state and federal requirements. Part of that is a process called project development and environmental. We'll start those services or those types of activities in 24 and 25. In 2026, we plan to launch the first high-frequency bus service. High-frequency bus service is simply a concept that says there are quarters in the county that, again, based on the study, they did not warrant the type of investment when we're talking about things like light rail transit and bus rapid transit, but it acknowledges the fact there's a need for a higher level of service on these quarters. But again, the first high-frequency bus service comes out in 2026. We plan to launch the commuter rail, Broward Commuter Rail South in 2027, and then the first bus rapid transit and light rail transit services will come online in 2028. Again, this is just a proposed 15-year schedule. Again, that speaks to each mode, tells you what the project duration is, the current status, and the target implementation date. This identifies the quarters in the county, again, that I mentioned that do not meet the threshold for these types of investments, but it's acknowledging the fact that there is a need for a higher level of service that we currently have on them. Okay, we wanted to be completely transparent with the plan, though, because again, the plan is aggressive, it's very expensive, but we wanted to be transparent with you and say that we acknowledge there's some issues that we'll face going into the plan. One being the market volatility. If you followed the market recently, over the last year and a half, actually since COVID, as it relates to resourcing supplies, supply chain, we expect to experience some of that as we move forward with the plan. You've got schedule uncertainty, material availability, federal and state reviews we expect will take some time, and also consensus building, because again, we did develop a plan that was data-driven. We brought it back out to the communities. It's not to say that everyone's going to agree with the plan. We at least want to be transparent when we present the plan to you. You've got the project delivery adoption. The way that we currently procure and let projects in the county, we're going to have to take a serious look about that in order to try to gain some expediency with the plan there. There's some things related to third-party agreements where we have to enter into agreements with the private stakeholders. You've got regulatory risks. Again, we mentioned environmental. We're not sure what we'll find in some of these corridors once this construction begins, but that's also part of the process as well. I mentioned state and federal participation. There are funding requirements that we'll have to meet. Property availability simply means right-of-way acquisition. Workforce readiness. The county's never undertaken a project of this magnitude, so we're going to have to develop our workforce. And again, organizational maturity. We plan to accomplish that as we solicit things like general planning consultants and GECs to help us with that. And lastly, but most importantly, again, the public's expectations. You know, it's our job to meet the public's expectations because, again, we have developed a plan based on data, and that's not necessarily going to say everyone's going to agree with it. So next steps. As a summary, again, we think this plan is going to be transformational across the county. Some of these plans are things that we're talking about doing have actually been, they predate me in the county. I've been with the county since January of 2009. But the surtax is going to give us an opportunity to bring some of these things to life. At the end, we expect to have, again, over the 200 miles of light rail transit, commuter rail, bus rapid transit, high-frequency bus. We plan to connect some of the major heavier activity centers across the county. And again, with that ratio of $1 billion investment to 50,000 jobs, we expect to create some jobs as well. To get us all through it, though, we're going to need the support of the cities, though. Again, you know, we need your help, support, and guidance, because as we roll these plans out, it's going to be a coordinated effort to make sure that we do not interrupt city businesses or city roadways as we roll these out. Now, what you saw earlier was a pretty map. That pretty map comes with a price tag. Based on our planning design, our planning project cost is about $4.4 billion. Again, it is funded now and will be paid out of the transportation surtax, but again, there's also an expectation that as we involve the federal government and the state government, that they will participate in funding this as well. Next steps. Okay, we've already met before our county commission. We briefed them back in April. We presented this same presentation before the Transportation Oversight Board last month. What we're doing right now is the pre-adoption public involvement. And again, we're going to meet with all of these cities, city staff and city commissioners. And then when we do the commission workshop in May, there's an expectation that they're going to ask us, have you spoken with the municipalities? What are their feelings on the plan? Based on that feedback, we plan to take the plan as a whole to the county commission for adoption in June. With that, if there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to field them now.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
From experience, the interface between Miami-Dade and Broward County was kind of poor in the past. My wife used to work in North Miami, and going by public transportation over the county line was a bit of a nightmare because it was such poor interface. And is that something you're looking into now?
We're looking into that now. There's a major transfer area at the Golden Glaze interchange. It was a partnership between FDOT D6, Miami-Dade County and Broward County to develop that there. There's also some possibilities that's on University Drive. Miami-Dade has always had a desire to connect with us at University Drive in terms of transit services, so we are looking at that as well.
You have any other questions?
No, right now, not right now. I mean, it's a little bit too technical for this presentation.
Not a problem.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing the rollout of the new system, even though we know it's going to take forever. But
We're going to try to push it
hopefully
along.
some of us still be around.
All right. Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You're welcome.
Okay. With that, I'm going to go into 4.2, Rebuilding Together Broward and Pembroke Park Code Compliance Officer, and Robin Martin. Okay, Jocelyn.
Good evening, Mayor and Town Commission, Chief Co-Compliance Officer Jocelyn Ramirez. Tonight, I'd like to share that the Co-Compliance Department has been searching for avenues to help residents who are facing financial and physical hardships due to correcting open violations. Thanks to Nazli Cardona, we found the agency Rebuilding Together Broward. 2 weeks ago, we met with Director Rita Killinger, Operations Manager Ellison Zachary, and Executive Director Robin Martin, who told us about their wonderful work. Therefore, we invited them to tonight's meeting to share the good news with Pembroke Park.
Thank you so much. I think I'm in control of this, am I right?
Yes, sir,
Pushing
you
the
are.
buttons? Okay.
You can always try.
My name's Robin Martin. I'm with Rebuilding Together Broward County. I just really appreciate Mayor and the Commissioners that you allow me to come and share a little bit. Since he kept his presentation brief, I'm going to go longer. No, I'm just kidding. Not a laugh at all? Okay. So I'm here just to share information about what we do as an independent nonprofit here in Broward County and what we can do to provide services for the individuals and homeowners that live in your city. Rebuilding Together Broward is about hardworking, compassionate people helping other people. We're a local affiliate of a national organization formed almost 50 years ago where 120-something affiliates across the USA provide free home improvements for seniors, all because of a passion to serve our community and help people age in place and live in their homes safely. What do? We partner with communities, we partner with organizations, we partner with cities, we partner with contractors, all to bring them together to fund what we focus on safe and healthy housing. We focus on community revitalization, and we focus on disaster relief. And so we work with cities like yours, but also individuals and companies that want to work together to provide affordable housing, stabilize and revitalize distressed neighborhoods, and of course, come together when there's disasters like hurricanes, Irma, floods that recently happened. We all know the need. Affordable housing is a huge problem all across the country, but specifically also in Broward County in South Florida. What we focus on is providing a safe and healthy home for individuals that are living in our community so that they can have a thriving family and they can age in place. Assistance is targeted to homeowners who are unable to keep up with the regular work that we all need to keep our homes safe. There are people in our communities that have lived in their homes for 60 years and they're just not able to keep up on a fixed income with the homes that they have. And what we have is a structure around them that is literally deteriorating. You add in roofing, you add in insurance, you add in all these other factors. There's a great need in our community for home improvements that impact the lives of our neighbors all around us. And the solution is working together to build a stronger community. It's working together as a partnership to focus, isolate, determine those in our greatest need that don't have the assets and resources. It's funny, we all think that everyone has insurance, but the only person that requires us to have insurance is the bank. And that's when they own our home because they have a mortgage. And as soon as you pay off your home, they don't care if you have insurance. And so when you're on a fixed income, you start to decide food, regular family activities, or this huge insurance bill that we've never even used in 20 years. And unfortunately, a lot of them choose to not have insurance. So when disaster strikes, they don't have the safety net that we all have. We have Yes, we have 4 specific programs that focus: community revitalization, which we call healthy neighborhoods, where we work with partner cities to identify not just low-income communities, but under-resourced communities that where they haven't had support for many years, and we go in, think landscape, painting, exterior repairs to improve the entire community. We do it on block-by-block efforts where we will try to help as many homes on one block to make a significant difference. If you paint one home, that's nice. If you paint 5 homes on one block, you start to make an impact where people see the difference. If you do landscaping, they see the difference. So we invite volunteer groups, Home Depot, different partners to come in and do community revitalization. We have a Safe and Healthy Homes program where any senior over 60-year-old that owns their home, we will go in and do a free 25-point home assessment to review what's going on in their home and what do they need to live safely. It could be tripping hazards, it could be grab bars, it could be electrical issues, mold, plumbing, all of those things that help people age in place, that as we as a community are getting older and living longer, which is amazing, except we can't keep up our homes. Of course, I already mentioned disaster recovery, hurricane preparedness. Those are all the things that we do as supplements. And we are going to be working, we are in the long-term recovery. So like the floods that happened in Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood and some of the communities, and personally, my own home was flooded. We understand the need that happens after a disaster, but we don't rush in like FEMA. We don't rush in like the Salvation Army and Rubicon and all these different groups. They come in and do all that immediate work, and then they leave a home that's not repaired. So we're in the business of long-term recovery to help them repair back to a home that they can live in. After Hurricane Irma, we personally, as an organization, almost spent about $1 million in home repairs, and we weren't even directly hit, but there were so many homes that were impacted by the hurricane that we were able to support them and their work. In 2022, these are just some of the numbers. We worked on 327 homes. We had over 400 volunteers, and that's despite the continued COVID issues where volunteers weren't really helping. We helped over 278 senior homes. We worked with 24 veterans. And we also do some community work for nonprofits. We're just asking everyone in our community to be a part of the transformation, joining Rebuilding Together. I'm going to, because we were specifically asked here by code enforcement to share that one of the things we do is in most cities, not most, in a few cities, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Pompano Beach, code enforcement calls us directly when they have a senior that has issues with code enforcement. No one wants to write up someone because they can't afford to fix a small minor code issue. And so they reach out to us, and we're able to, in most cases, provide free repairs for that senior so that we resolve the code issue that they have. We can't fix everything. Everything's funding dependent, but that is one of the things that we do, and we're going to work closely with your code enforcement officers. Thank you for inviting us. I really appreciate that. And working with us. They have a client right now, no names are going to be mentioned, that they want us to help, and we're going to, at the best of our ability, help them. But we're a resource in your community in Broward County. We've been here locally for 20 years, and we would love to partner with you as much as we can, provide services as much as we can to improve clients in your community that need our help. I don't have much more to say. This is what we do. We focus on home repairs. There's very few nonprofits who are able to do this, and we've just been very lucky. So if you have any questions, I'd love to chat with you. And that's the final. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
What's your phone number?
Should I give you my cell phone? No, I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate that, Commissioner Hodgkins. Yes, we would like to work more closely with your city to identify. We work specifically, generally, homeowners who are elderly, senior, veteran, or disabled to provide safe and healthy repairs in their home. If you have any of them, please begin to refer them to us, count us as a resource, and maybe we'll be in your budget item sometime.
No phone number, huh?
Oh, no, 954-772-9945. When you call, you'll meet Allison, who's sitting back here in the black, raising her hand. Looking forward to it. That's our office number, but I would definitely give you a card and my own cell phone number and email. Code enforcement, it's fine. We have a waiting list and we prioritize it. So obviously it's the greatest need and the greatest person we can serve first. But there's nothing that we don't do. If you think about a home, we've done it. Fire damage, flood damage, hurricane damage. It's all about partnerships and resources. And so if we can't do it today, we try to help someone as soon as we can.
In Pembroke Park, we have a lot of mobile homes. Is that somebody you would help too?
We do. It's just such a difficult thing because funders don't really want to fix something that's an asset that continues to, every time you fix it. But yes, the simple answer is we work on any home. Our primary home we work on is a single family home detached. And then we work on some condos, and then we work on homes like mobile homes. We've done that before. Our barrier is funding, Commissioner. It has nothing to do with the work. If someone can help us, if a company will partner with us, we will do the work. And so what we do is we try to capture the need in the community and share it as able. But unfortunately, there's roofs, windows, AC. That's what everyone needs in South Florida, right? It's the things that are the big ticket items that really impact. Outside of those, which we do have some funding, the city of Hollywood is doing hard hardening or hurricane hardening, those types of things. So they're paying for some roofs, but they're paying for 11 roofs, and we need much more than 11. And you know what I'm saying. But the simple answer is yes. The more difficult answer is we identify the client, we go to their home, we assess what we can do that we have funding for, and then when we don't have funding for it, we try to help as best we can.
Even 11 is better than none.
11 is better than none. You are right. Starfish.
Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Nope. And we appreciate all that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
No, you are welcome. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Okay. I like there was anyone else. Okay. So then we're going to go through the list of proclamations now. Yeah. You don't hear me? Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So 4.3 National Public Works Week Proclamation for May 21st through the 27th. We have that one. This month, the month of May is also proclaimed Jewish American Heritage Month. May is also proclaimed Mental Health Awareness Month. And also April 30th through May 6th is Municipal Clerks Week. 4.8 Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month is also celebrated in 2023. And I know that Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem wants to speak on that.
Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. This is one of the Asian cultural programs. I am in this city living almost 6 years, and I never seen something cultural program in our park or in our city. So I want to have an event and try to do something different, and I want to share with others. I went that last week, our city, the Miramar, and they are doing this Asian American Heritage Month. So I get the idea from them, and then I want to do with that with my residents to know there's some other cultures also we follow. So I need the permission for all of the commissioners if they allow us. So I want to do, I don't know if is the budget going to be fixed in this year or not, but if it's not, so we're going to do it next year. So I will appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. So you want to do the event this year or next year? Just want to.
I don't know about the budget yet, so.
Okay. So if there is no cost to the city, you'd like to do it this month and you'd like staff. Okay. So Attorney, does she need a motion to hold an event if it has no cost to us to celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month?
Well, again, the key would be the budget issue, but as you said, Mayor, if there's no cost to the event, I think that if there's direction or consensus from the commission to staff, they can coordinate with the acting clerk commissioner and work to that effect.
Okay. All right, so then if there's no one opposed to it, then we'll give direction for staff to work with Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem to do an event for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Everybody's okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
I think it's a good idea.
All right, thank you. And then I also want to announce there's one more proclamation that didn't make it to the agenda, and that is for Haitian American Heritage Month, which is also this month. So just wanted to put those announcements out there. We're going to move on to item number 5, public comments related to agenda items and good and welfare.
Mayor,
Yes.
before the public comments, I don't see this item anymore here, but to withdraw some items.
Okay, which items do you wish to withdraw?
Item 7.2, which is the ILA.
Okay.
You also missed the
What?
proclamation for the Jewish American History Month.
No.
No, I said that one.
You didn't read it?
Yeah.
You want me to read the actual whole proclamation into the record?
Yeah.
I wasn't reading all the rest of them into the record. I was just naming them by title only.
You can read it
Okay.
into the meeting.
Okay, if you'd like it read into the record. I don't have a copy in front of me. Can I get the copy from you, Marlon?
Mayor, I have a few more items just to.
Okay. Okay, give me the rest of them.
7.2, as I said, then the 9.4, which is the wind retrofit,
Okay,
and then 9.5. Those will come back.
9.5, okay. Got it, thank you. All right. Does anyone else have anything?
What, are you moving these
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
to
removing
the
those
next
3.
meeting.
to the next meeting?
To the next meeting.
Yeah.
Which item?
9.5, 9.4, and 7.2. Does anyone else have anything they wish to remove from the agenda? Okay. I do want to add an item. The summer hiatus needs to be added on here for discussion. So that we can vote on that. If there's nothing else? No? No?
All right.
Okay, perfect. All right. Then I will entertain a motion to adopt the amended agenda.
Well, I don't know if I need to put that on now, but I would like to attend that climate conference.
Okay, so,
That's from the.
That's this month, yeah.
Yeah, this month.
all right, so,
18th to the 20th.
okay, so then we would like to also add a attendance to the climate, say it again?
Climate.
It's a climate
Yeah, it's a climate
preparedness
conference
conference.
for becoming more resilient to.
No, I
climate
just need a name, Climate Preparedness Conference. Okay,
Where you putting that? 9 or 6?
Yeah.
7?
9/8. Okay. Okay. Is that all? If so, we'll entertain a motion. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the amended consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the amended agenda.
I second it.
Okay, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morset,
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs. Motion passes.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go back for 1 second to 4.5, Jewish American Heritage Month. Would you like to read it into the record, Commissioner? Nope.
I'll do
Okay.
it.
Huh?
Would you like me to do it? I'll do
Oh, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I didn't know if you wanted to read it. If it was his item, so that's what I was asking.
The Town of Pembroke Park proclamation this month of May 2023 as Jewish American Heritage. Whereas the Jewish immigrants to America, ever since their first arrival on our shores in the 16th century, have played a central role in the creation, growth, and freedom and prosperity and strength of the United States of America. And whereas the biblical and contemporary history of the Jewish people and the enduring values of the Jewish faith were vital sources of inspiration for the founding of the United States, the Civil Rights Movement, America's global leadership in the cause of freedom, Americans' commitment to social justice, and many of our country's most central tenets. Whereas, through core Jewish beliefs such as the creation of man in the image of God, the infinite value of every human life, the need for a weekly Sabbath, and the importance of education in the lives of their children, the Jewish community has helped to define America's characters and values. And whereas, following the rebirth of Zionism, and the miraculous return of the Jewish people to the Jewish homeland, the United States was the first country in the world to recognize the State of Israel in 1948, and over the years has developed a deep friendship and unbreakable alliance with the State of Israel based on shared values and mutual interest. Whereas the State of Israel is now celebrating the 75th anniversary of its modern founding and its emergence over the last few decades as a beacon of freedom and prosperity and a world leader in technology, agriculture, water conservation, medicine, and all the manners of innovation. Whereas for 42 years, every president of the United States has declared a period of time for celebrating the contributions of the United States of the Jewish community's history, heritage, and culture. And since 2006, the month of May has been presidentially declared to be a Jewish American Heritage Month pursuant to a bipartisan resolution of Congress. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. Leviticus 25:10. Now therefore we, Mayor Ashira Muhammad, Vice Mayor Eric Morissette, Vice Mayor Clerk Commissioner William R. Hodgkins, Acting Clerk Commissioner Masfika Kashem, and Commissioner Jeffrey Jacobs do hereby proclaim the month of May 23 to be Jewish American Heritage Month for the town of Pembroke Park, and call upon all of our citizens to commemorate this occasion by appropriately celebrating the contributions to our country by the Jewish community's history, heritage, and culture. Dated this day, 10th day of May 2023.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. I'm gonna pass this back down to Marlon for her to hold on to those proclamations. Okay, thank you. And now we are going to go on to the public comments related to agenda items.
We have 3 individuals that would like to speak on item 9.6. Would you like to hear of them now, or?
Yes.
Okay, the first one is Mark V. I don't want to butcher your last name. Yes, definitely.
We have 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. You need to state your name and address. Well, state your name and.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Mark Vertife. I'm a police officer here in Pembroke Park. I've had the pleasure of working with Chief Dave Howard in a variety of capacities over the past 16 years. I began my law enforcement career in the city of West Palm Beach and worked with Dave when he was a patrol sergeant, a dive team sergeant, and a patrol lieutenant. During this time, he imparted his wisdom, leadership, and experience upon me and began helping me shape my career. Over the years, I came to rely on Dave for career advice and often sought out his expertise. This proved to be a wise decision. I was able to promote to police detective, patrol sergeant, and ultimately detective sergeant. Throughout the years, I've known Dave to have all the qualities you'd want in a true leader: integrity, loyalty, dependability, compassion, unselfishness, tact, and consideration for others. Additionally, I realized early on in my interactions with him that he's very forthcoming. You'll always know where you stand. This type of honesty is hard to come by, and perhaps one of the most valuable skills he possesses. Dave always puts his officers first. It's one of the qualities that I adhered to over the course of my supervisory career. He would bend over backwards any chance he had. He would praise you if you did right, and when you made a mistake, he'd be right there to help you learn and grow. Dave was given this tremendous opportunity to build the Pembroke Park Police Department, an extremely difficult, tedious, and daunting task. Most wouldn't have been able to accomplish this feat. But not only did he accomplish the task, he placed the Pembroke Park Police Department on the map as a professional law enforcement organization. This great success can be demonstrated by the overwhelming support of the residents of Pembroke Park. I can't tell you how many times the residents of Pembroke Park and West Park have approached me and thanked me for being here, something that never happened in West Palm. Under Chief Howard's leadership, the police department has accomplished faster response times and higher percentage of case clearances in the Broward Sheriff's Office, making the town a safer place to live, raise a family, or grow a business. Chief Howard is one of the most dependable people I know. Whether you like him or dislike him, you can't discount what he's been able to accomplish here. He has the full support of the police department behind him. Unfortunately, there have been rumors regarding Dave's future here and whether he'll have the opportunity to continue making the town safe or not. Whatever the decision, I truly hope it's for the right reasons, documented reasons, lack of results, failed promises, etc., and not based upon emotion or politics. Because it's not about the 5 of you sitting up there or the 18 of us in the police department. It's about providing superior service to the residents of Pembroke Park, which Chief Howard not only accomplished, but exceeded expectations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Dramon Casal.
How y'all doing? Thank you. I stand here today. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Officer Kashem. I'm also a member of the Pembroke Park Police Department. I just want to say good evening to Madam Mayor, Ms. Vice Mayor, Commission staff, everyone present. I'd like to take the time to speak on behalf of the officers you see behind me supporting Chief Howard and his administration. I think the consideration of relieving him of duty would do this community as well as this department a great disservice. For Chief Howard to come in and build a department in my community is nothing but commendable. And I would be remiss not take this opportunity to say something on his behalf. When I mention my community, I say this because I've lived in this area all my life. I was born and raised here in this area. I was here when this area was number 305. There was no 954. There was no 786. There was no 754. This was all 305. I was here also when the area that you call Seneca was only a big lake and trees. There was nothing there all the way to I-95. When I learned that Pembroke Park was assembling a police department, I leapt after the opportunity to making a difference in my own community and being a part of something great. After a 23-year career in my previous department, I thank Chief Howard for believing in me, as I hope that you will continue to believe in him and citizens of this community. Chief Howard came in and changed the dynamics of how the residents of Pembroke Park experience policing. This is in no way to undermine the service that Broward Sheriff's Office provided due to their minimum staffing. There have been calls for service when we've heard residents say, and I quote, you guys really showed up. There have been other calls for service when people have asked us, they have commented to officers, the last department didn't come or they came hours later. That just speaks to the integrity that we have bought into, that Chief Howard has tried to instill in all the officers that you see today. The residents of Pembroke Park have been welcoming to us. They have always commented and they have praised us on the job that we're doing. They've praised Chief Howard. Residents have come to us and asked, they don't understand how he is even being considered of being relieved. We can't answer that question. It's not that question for us to answer. This is just examples of how they stand behind him as well as the police department does. Chief Howard has his full support of his police officers and the idea of a safe community. We are here because we represent their vision and the commitment to the citizens of this community. I hope that my words impact you and your decision the same way Chief Howard and his administration have impacted the community in just these last few months, as well as the police officers you see behind me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next is Mr. Ron Thurston.
Good evening, everyone, and to members of the dais. My name is Ron Thurston. I sat here last year as one of the first 5 police officers hired by the town of Pembroke Park, per Chief Howard. As everyone said, the integrity and what we bought into. I retired from a department, from the Broward Sheriff's Office, and Chief Howard told us, he said, I can only offer you $50,000 right now to come on, but as things get better, we'll up your pay. When I retired from the Broward Sheriff's Office, I made almost 4 times that amount. But because of his vision, it wasn't about money. It was about what he was doing for the town. And he did something that everybody wish they can do. It's part ways with the Broward Sheriff's Office. Born and raised in Pompano Beach, we contract with the Sheriff's Office. We pay $56 million a year for over 200 deputies. And every day they run short because they can't fulfill the contract. In Pompano, just a few months, we had over 6 homicides in less than 30 days. One was at a convenience store, was 2 innocent victims were shot, and over 62 rounds of AK-47 laid out in the roadway. A pregnant female lost her life, and a young man at the store on a bicycle lost his life. And what I'm trying to say is that Chief Howard, his vision was to double the patrol that was previously here. He has done that. There's more boots on the road. People talk about boots on the ground, but nobody put boots on the ground. You may pay for it, but nobody sees it. Here, the town, everybody sees the boots on the ground. So I don't know what's going on or what happened, but Chief Howard is the person for the job. And I will leave you with this. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Next is Torrance Muhammad.
Good afternoon, good evening, actually, Mayor, Commissioners, and staff members. My name is Torrance Muhammad. I am the brother of Ashira Muhammad, the son of Lily Page. I am a father. I'm a computer system engineer. I live in California. It's been brought to my attention a few weeks ago that my name was brought up in one of your meetings that I slandered Commissioner Jacobs. I'm here to clarify that and clear my name. I did not send an email to anybody. Again, my name is Torrance Muhammad, not Torrance McKinnon. The person that you are discussing lives in Temecula, California. I live in Eastvale, California. I don't believe in doing social media and slandering people. I'm a man of my word. I will come out here and say what I have to say in person. I don't need to go behind anybody's back. It's been brought to my attention of all the tragedy that's been going on between you and my sister, and this is something I'm getting frustrated, and it's affecting me personally right now. It's affecting my career, it's affecting my health, it's affecting my mother, and I do not like it. I would ask you, can you please stop harassing my family, and please stop slandering my name, because I will take you to court and press charges against you for that, and I do not want to do that. I've been a member of Pembroke Park since 1995. I've lived here and in California, and I've loved this community since I've been here, and I've watched this community grow to be better than what it was when I first got here. It's still room for improvement, but I'm a senior system engineer with security clearance, okay? I would not jeopardize my 6-figure income to slander you, okay? I have no reason to, I have no purpose to. I don't even know you. I met you once when you first came here and asked my sister to help you get a job here. That was the only time I spoke to you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much for all of your public comments. We are going to go on into the agenda. Since item 9.6 was brought up with all the public comments, I am going to switch around to 9.6.
Okay.
So that we can move this forward. 9.6, discussion and possible action, continued employment of police chiefs, town manager Ramirez, and HR director Freeman.
Madam Mayor, Commissioners, shortly after you guys got elected, started meeting with each of you individually, and a number of you expressed concerns over the police department, in particular the budget. And yes, the budget today, the actual numbers, now that we're in business, exceed the original estimates that were presented and approved by the commission. However, be that as it may, yeah, like it or not, good, bad, or indifferent, we have a police department. And I will say we have excellent police officers. They are tremendous. They give of themselves, they care about the community, and they really have dedicated themselves, and they made a commitment to this town. I don't think we need to support it, and we need to make sure that we can make it the best. That being said, I believe in order for this department to get a fair shake, to get a fair chance to succeed, it needs to be done with a new chief of police. As per his employment agreement, I am recommending to you that we terminate without cause, effective immediately. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I bring this action back before the commission. Okay. Yep.
I motion to follow the town manager's recommendation.
I have discussion over this.
I have to have a second first.
I second it.
Okay, discussion.
Several things here. The chief and I has spent countless hours building this police department up. You guys all ran on helping the black and brown community. I like to call it the most underserved community in Broward County. We now have the most successful police department in Broward County within the first 6 months, and it's only getting better. This is all under the leadership of Dave Howard and his major. They've made this happen. It's not for anyone else. Help for me, support for me, but those two are the ones that do it every day. I will tell you, there is a conflict between the manager and the police chief and HR. HR will not work with the police department. The manager will not work with the police department. There's emails that don't get returned. There's all kinds of issues with that. And I'm looking at this, that there might be some retaliation issues when it comes to the commission. When it comes to a former employee, Stephen Menza, who was terminated. You all know him. He worked on your campaign. There was a police report filed against him by the former vice mayor of his commission signs being stolen. He was fired for various reasons from the town.
We get a point of order, please.
Yes.
Where are we going? We're talking about somebody else that's gone.
But I'm telling you, this is retaliation. He worked on your guys' campaign.
He didn't work on my campaign. Great.
You didn't have a campaign. You ran unopposed.
Thank you. So did you.
I did.
We're
But the other ones that are
going
here.
we're going to stick to the.
I motion to call the question.
Also,
Oh, no, there's a motion on the floor.
also,
I second it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to stop you.
your
because
baby daddy
I'm
got.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You had a discussion.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, let's have this conversation. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
The officer had a discussion with you. His license was suspended when he was driving. They didn't take enforcement action. They didn't conduct a stop. They let you know he needed to straighten out his license. But this is really retaliatory, as I think.
I'm gonna stop you right here because number one, there's a motion on the floor. Okay, that's number one. Number two, whatever happens with my son's father, that is his business and his prerogative. That has nothing to do with me. Secondly, if you really want to have that discussion about the fact that tags are being run consistently without any probable cause, without there actually being a traffic violation or anything else that would be the proper protocol as per FDLE when you're running tags, we could have that discussion, because I actually am going to ask for an investigation into the tags being run, because numerous tags have been run on numerous occasions. But that is not the point of the matter that we are here to discuss today. The matter on the floor right now is whether or not the town would like to go in a different direction under the leadership of our police department. And there's a motion on the floor, one, to accept the recommendation of the city manager, and there's a motion on the floor right now to call the question, which is to move this forward. So right now, I am going to call the roll on the fact that there was a motion to end discussion and call the roll. So right now, Marlene, could you please do the roll call on the motion to call the question?
Yes, ma'am. Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morset,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Chief Howard, I apologize. Absolutely not.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. The second motion on the floor, I'd like to call the roll, which is the motion to accept the city manager's recommendation.
Vice Mayor, the motion was made by Vice Mayor Morset, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Vice Mayor Morset,
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Again, Chief Howard, I apologize for the commission up here.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins. Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion passes.
I got something I got to say.
There's no discussion
Under
right
the
now.
First Amendment, it is
There
my
is no discussion right now.
responsibility as a citizen
There is no
Step up
discussion right now. I would think,
and
or if
question
you would
government.
appreciate, could you please turn his microphone off?
As a commissioner, it is my duty to step up and question government, especially the commission we have here in Pembroke.
Could I please get someone to please remove the
Will not
commissioner off
silence.
the dais? Sorry, you do not have the floor. There's a whole thing about decorum in this commission, and unfortunately, you are not following proper procedure. You have not been since we have come up on this dais, and I'm not going to tolerate the fact that you will disrespect this commission right now.
I'm not disrespecting.
You are disrespecting this commission because the motion has already passed. The item
never
has been.
adopted Robert's Rules of Orders under your leadership and any leadership within this town since 1957. You don't have the authority to
Motion to
remove
recess.
the commission.
Okay.
You do not have the authority or legal ability to remove me from this commission.
Yes, ready.
So meeting resumed at 8:24.
Yes.
You can put your full microphone on.
Did you get it? Because I had my mic off. No. Oh, okay, sorry. Meeting resumed at 8:24. Okay. HR Director Friedman, please.
Turn it on.
Is it working now? Okay. Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, Babette Friedman, HR Director. Before we begin, I would just like to add into the record for the investigation, Commissioner Jacobs' comments attacking myself, Town Manager Jimenez, and a former employee who does not work here. This, again, is another violation of the Code of Conduct. So I just want to read that into the record. And now back to moving forward. So moving forward, if now that we have terminated our Chief of Police, what now? Administration is recommending to appoint Rashana Dabney Donovan to the acting administrative police chief and Wade Dowdy to the acting operation police chief pending the recruitment that will be posted, and you guys will be able to interview candidates, which you have not been able to do in the past. The recruitment will be posted on the Florida Police Chiefs Association, Florida League of Cities, Government Jobs, National Organization of Police Law Enforcement Executives, and etc. So that is our recommendation at this time.
Okay. Well, I will entertain the motion to follow what the recommendation is of the HR Director Friedman to appoint Major Donovan to the acting chief for administration and
Wade Dowdy
to the acting
operations
chief.
I'll second.
Wait, I didn't make the motion.
No, you got
I entertain
that.
the motion. I entertain the motion.
Okay. I entertain the motion to follow the recommendations of Babette Friedman, the Human Resource Director.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
Discussion. We do not have two chiefs listed in our organizational structure. We have chief, major. It's unheard of to have two police chiefs in one town.
It's interim.
It's interim.
Okay, interim police chief, one interim police chief, not two. You
Okay.
need to have a major. You need to have one person steering the ship, not two.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? Nope. Okay, then I will call the roll.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Morset, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morset.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go back to the beginning now because I think we pretty much covered everyone that we needed to. So we are going to move back to the consent agenda. Is there anything anyone wishes to have removed from the consent agenda? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second.
Roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Vice Mayor Morset. Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morset,
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay. Number 7.1, well, we're going to go into resolution 7.1, designation of commission oversight capacity and term town attorney Horowitz.
Thank you, Mayor, Commission. Good evening. The Resolution 2023-005 is a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Pembroke Park, Florida, pursuant to Section 15 of the Town Charter, designating members of the Town Commission to serve in an oversight capacity in charge of the town's police services, fire services, Parks Department, and Public Works Department, providing for conflicts, severability, and providing for an effective date. And Mayor and Commission, you may recall at the last meeting, the Commission appointed members to serve in various capacities: Mayor, Vice Mayor, Clerk Commissioner, Acting Clerk Commissioner, pursuant to the Charter. Your Charter also requires two additional designations. It requires a member of the Commission to oversee the Public Works Department, also requires a member to oversee the Health and Zoning Department, which I understand no longer exists in the town, but you may have a successor department that's currently operational. The Commission had also discussed in the past having individuals to oversee police, to oversee fire, and to oversee parks. Those latter three designations are not required by your town code or your town charter. However, they are assignments that have been given to members of the commission in the past, and there are minutes and action of the commission in previous years to reflect those assignments. The two designations your charter does require is a position to oversee public works and water, and a commissioner to oversee health and zoning. The resolution before you this evening does designate individuals to oversee each of the positions that was discussed at the last meeting, that being police, fire, public works, and parks. It's the prerogative of the commission to assign members of its own to serve in those various capacities. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions? If not, I'm going to open it up for each position so that we can have discussion. Yeah. Okay. I'll start with Parks. Who would like to be the Parks Commissioner?
Don't you? For you?
Yeah.
All righty.
I always do Parks. Let's change me up this time. Okay. Parks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Ms. Vika? Okay. Public Works? One of you gentlemen.
I would like to do that if I may, but if this gentleman wants to, then
You want Public Works?
yes.
Okay.
Then he does it.
Okay.
He's the senior.
Oh, no, you see me, I was looking at both men, and I know that was a sexist remark. But I prefer that for the gentleman to be in charge of Public Works. Fire, does anyone want fire? Or,
You're looking at me?
no, I'm not volunteering anyone on this part,
Okay.
okay? You kind of know when I give that volunteer look.
I'm open. Does police and fire go together?
In the past, we have done police and fire. I guess it would be up to the commission to decide, or do you want to separate it?
No, it really is up to the commission to decide. Those are two positions that are not delineated in your charter or in your code. Historically, the commission has appointed one member to oversee each of those various functions. The commission can certainly stay the course consistent with its past practice, or could delegate that authority to the town manager, which is also a legally available option.
You could do that, Eric.
As the only one with law enforcement experience, I would like to stay as the police commissioner overseeing the police.
Okay. Would you like to, well, first, are we doing police and fire together? Are we separating police and fire? Is there a consensus? Would you be willing to take both?
Yeah.
You would be willing to take both positions?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Eric would be willing to take both, and Jacobs would be willing to do just police. Okay, in the past, I know we've had Annette where she's done both police and fire because of the fact of the contracts managements and things like that, and it worked out pretty well because of the fact that both of them were kind of tagged together. Okay, so the first one then, do we need to motion each individual one?
I would like a motion on each, and then we'll take one motion or one vote on the resolution as
Okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion that Musfika Kashem would be the Parks liaison.
I'll make the motion that Misha would be the Parks liaison.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Vice Mayor Morissette. Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem.
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Yes, Vice Mayor Morissette.
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. The second one is Public Works. I'll entertain a motion that Bill Hodgkins will be the Public Works liaison.
Entertain a motion to make Commissioner Hodgkins the Public Works Commissioner.
I second.
Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Vice Mayor Morissette. Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morissette.
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion for police and fire.
Can I speak with something about that?
Yes.
I noticed in the past that the mayor has always taken that role and always been that. in that position as Jacob was before, so I think it should stay there. So,
The reason that was I'm the only one with law enforcement experience sitting up here on the dais.
I've read about your experience. That's why I'm suggesting that the mayor take that role.
I have in the past been in charge of police and fire negotiations when it came to BSO.
Okay.
But I kind of would like to get Eric's feet wet in this, and I don't mind being a co-person on it.
Okay.
But I definitely want to spread the.
You want to spread it around?
Yeah, I want to spread it around a little.
All right.
So, but I have no problem being involved and engaged in anything and everything that the town needs.
So you
done.
want to split it?
Yeah. We have a lot of cleaning up to do.
Sure. Yeah,
And
go ahead.
especially with administration, and I kind of want to focus
I
on
can help you
getting
there
our.
too, if necessary.
Oh, perfect. I appreciate it. So can we just put him
Certainly.
as liaison, and I can just be co-liaison if that's what you desire?
I think
Correct.
I think that works.
Okay. Is it okay if we do it that way, or?
Yeah, again, I don't have an issue with the vice mayor obviously serving as in an oversight capacity of police and fire. The only comment I would make regarding a dual role, 2 members of the commission taking on that assignment would be
Sunshine.
sunshine law.
Yeah.
But sunshine aside, as long as you're mindful of those limitations, then I would have no issue.
Okay, that's fine. We are fully aware, and we won't be engaging together. If so, we will definitely duly note public meeting and hash it out. Are you okay with that?
I accept what comes my way.
Okay, so then you made the motion?
Yes.
Is there a second?
I second it.
And just for the record, that is police and fire combined.
Okay, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Vice Mayor Morset,
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
No.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Okay, you want to read the resolution now?
I for
But
one.
the
sorry.
resolution title is already read into the record. I'll just
Okay.
like a motion on the resolution to adopt.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to pass the resolution.
I make a motion to pass resolution 2023-005.
I second.
Okay, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Vice Mayor Morset. Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
No.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morset.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-1.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 7.2 was pulled. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to 9.1, purchase of 2 vehicles for CSA program. Oh, wait, I know there's some discussion about the ARPA funds that we were looking into, so I would entertain a motion to table that at this meeting for the purchase of the 2 vehicles. If you guys, you'll make the motion? Or,
I make a motion to table it.
I second it.
okay. Roll call,
Discussion.
go ahead.
We have the purchase orders right here. Sorry, we have the purchase orders right here and the funds available to purchase these 2 cars. I believe there's things going on in the background that are preventing you and not wanting you from going forward with this, as in discussions with BSO and going back on a contract with them. So I think we need to move forward with our CSA vehicles as they're already proposed, they're already there. They've already been previously approved by the former commission.
I have a question. Is it even legal to use ARPA funds for purchasing police vehicles?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I believe we have. Roy, can you come up for a minute? You and I spoke about this recently, about the cars, the extra cars. And I'm not sure, Ms. Donovan, do we have extra cars in the yard out here all the time? I mean, do these cars have to be do they have to be specifically assigned to these people forever? I mean, you know what I mean? Or is it just a town car? They just need a car? Or...
Just press the button there.
This one? Oh, hi. Good evening, Commission. Rashana Donovan, Town of Pembroke Park PD. So for the role of community service aide, as I explained last week, so they have specific duties that require them to have equipment in specific vehicles. And so the proposal that it sits before you is a state contract, which would provide us or allow us to purchase one Maverick. And I've already tested another Maverick. So those would be the vehicles that this would be directly assigned to the CSAs.
My question was, I always see a lot of cars sitting out here all the time. I said, why can't we use those?
So we have a fleet that requires an overage of cars in case someone's car goes down, someone's vehicle gets into an accident. So we have extra cars for that purpose. We also still have to hire 3 more police officers. So we need vehicles for those 3 police officers as well. We also have reserve officers that come in on off hours, various off hours throughout the day and evening that also need vehicles to be driven as well.
Bicycles, you know, some towns have bicycles. You know.
Some towns do have bicycles and horses
London,
and
they walk.
scooters and stuff like that.
All right,
So,
okay.
but I
my question.
I would be remiss if I did not share the platform with Director Brown as well on this issue.
Yeah, I want to adjust the cost issue, the budget issue with the PD. So.
With the vehicles that they, I'm sorry, Finance Director Brown, thank you. With the vehicles that they have selected, the POs that are in place right now, those are the cheaper vehicles that we were offered, and I am okay with the POs that we have in place, as long as we have CSAs to drive them.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Okay. Do you guys want to, the motion on the floor?
Make a motion to.
Well, no, the motion's on the floor to table it to the next meeting.
Oh, you want to table it?
That's what the motion was for.
For what purpose?
Why?
While
we get everything situated with the transition.
I apologize. Could I add one thing? One important thing to add is the small time window that we have to get these vehicles. So the window is small. If we don't, I guess, make a decision soon, we may miss out on the fleet that's available.
Well, let's. What do you think? Can we vote on it now and get
Then
it over? Get
somebody
it done?
needs to, they need to withdraw the motion and the table for the
Okay,
table.
I withdraw the motion to postpone the purchase.
I second it.
You withdraw your second. Okay. So then somebody needs to make the motion to do the purchase on the 2
I'll make the
vehicles.
motion to purchase the 2 vehicles as for the CSA program.
I second it.
Okay. Roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem.
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morissette.
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed.
No.
Motion passes 4-1.
Okay. 9.2, travel and per diem policy. Everybody's had a chance to read it. Are there any questions regarding it? Would you like a presentation? If so, we can have Roy come down and do a presentation. Does anyone have any questions about the per diem policy
No.
and travel? Nope.
No,
Okay.
I hope everybody sticks to it.
I hope so too. Okay. 9.3, moving access privileges to IT. I brought this up last week. I would like to see that, well, the week before, that all
Mayor,
of the.
Mayor, we have to take a vote on
Oh,
the
sorry,
travel
I'm so
and per diem.
sorry. I was ready to just keep it moving. Should have put it on consent. All right, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the travel and per diem policy. Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
I'll make.
I'll make a motion to adopt the travel and per diem policy.
I second it.
Okay, is there any discussion? If not, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem.
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morissette.
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs? Motion passes 4-1.
9.3, moving access privileges to IT. We've had this discussion before. I will entertain a motion to move the access privileges back to the IT department so that the IT department can handle issuing the badges and ID cards, as well as issuing, all the other computer services that the IT department normally handles. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion for 9.3, moving the access privileges back to IT.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Is there any discussion?
Discussion. I need the IT director up here.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Mark Pakula, IT Director, Town of Pembroke Park.
Mark, there is currently the FDLE investigation going on what they're considering a breach.
There is?
Yes, there is. Can you explain what happened to the commission?
I'm not going to explain what happened. Their investigation was active, but I have an email I'd like to share with the Commission that says FDLE is not investigating. So I don't know what you're talking about, sir. There's been no breach. It was a misuse. All right? I really don't understand where you're getting your information from. I really would like to ask you, just telling you.
Okay, so you are the lasso, correct?
Yes, I am.
What's your first responsibility when something happens as the lasso?
Well, first I went to HR.
Isn't your first responsibility to report it to the police department?
HR told me they were going to take care of that. And next thing I knew, there was an investigation open. That was what I was told. And then that day, someone from an FDLE called me and said, "What do you think?" And we agreed that it was just misuse. All that happened was somebody logged in from a laptop. That was it. So there was no more discussion. It was over with. And
so I'm just confirming, instead of going to the police department, you went to HR, and HR said they would take care of this problem.
HR said they would look into it. Yeah, we'd have to speak to HR on that. But I still would like to ask you, sir, for the record, where did you hear that there's a breach? Who told you that?
From the police department itself.
Someone in the police department? Yes. Could you be more specific?
Not at this time, not an open investigation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with the email from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement that says that there is no active investigation, and I'm also unsure as to what the line of questioning is.
Yeah, I really don't. Are you trying to make a point here, sir?
I'm just going to say proper procedure wasn't followed. You as lasso are responsible for everything that happens in the police department.
I am not, sir. You just made a statement that I'm responsible for everything in the police department?
You're responsible for the IT for the police department. When there's a breach under lasso, you're to report it to the police department to let them know what happened.
Okay, I'm going to put this little 2 cents into the record. So you're blaming the IT department because one of the officers that you hired logged in from an unsecure computer.
And didn't follow policy.
I'm not
and
blaming
also,
the
sir,
IT department.
Town Attorney,
I'm bringing the situation to light.
There is no argument here. There is no basis of proof. And this is what Jacobs does. He likes to slander people. And I do not want to stand there. I've been here 19 years. I have never had an issue. I run my department very well. Okay, and I reject all this. I have an objection to how he's handling it, and I wish that this would be taken care of or handled on your end, please.
Mayor, move the item.
Okay. I'm going to call for the roll.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins, seconded by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem. Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morset?
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Absolutely not.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-1.
Thank you very much, Commission.
Thank you. Okay, 9.7 is the summer hiatus. When would you guys like to take your vacation? We normally take it for 2 months during the summer.
There's no reason the commission should be taking vacation. We have 2 meetings a month, and they should continue throughout the year.
Okay.
I seem to remember last year that somebody needed it too, so they could go out west somewhere.
I was in
To
training.
learn to fly.
Yeah, I understand that. but
How
we
did that go, by the way?
Took the vacation. Now all of a sudden you don't think you need one.
We have too much we need to get done here in the town. I don't think it's
I
necessary.
wonder why that is. But obviously it was under a previous administration. So, yes, we normally take 2 months during the summer. It's usually June and July or July and August. Which would you guys prefer is basically the question, and then I'll entertain a motion for that. June and
Dog
July,
days.
July and August? Huh?
The dog days.
The dog days of summer, yes.
August.
You want July and August, or? We used to do 2 months. I mean, in the past, July and August. Are you guys okay with July and August?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So then I'll entertain a motion that the commission.
Before you do, we will likely have to have a workshop in August.
August, yeah.
For
That-
the budget.
The 20, I think.
Yeah,
was
we
it,
can do
20,
that.
Whatever. Yes.
Well, no, actually, yeah, for the budget, and then the hearings will be in September.
That's what I was thinking. The budget.
We have to be back at all.
Because it was June and July that we were usually on vacation.
Yeah.
So we were usually on vacation June and July. Because I.
We can choose the month later, right?
Huh?
We can choose the month later.
Well, no. If we want to do June and July, we need to deal with that kind of now.
School.
I don't want anything in June and July.
Well, it's 2 months. So June and July.
Huh?
It's 2 months because August. The budget in August.
Okay, that's August 20th.
September?
Yeah, September are the hearings, but the workshop usually is in
Want just the workshop? All right. So then we'll have one meeting in August if you want to do July and August.
Okay.
Okay. So then we'll set the vacation for July and August, but still have the workshop the end of August.
Okay, and then the budget is in September. Okay. Is there a date for that?
No, well, we have to make sure it doesn't coincide with the school board and the counties,
Okay.
which are usually like the Tuesdays of the month. Okay.
Is that good? Is that good? The timing?
Yeah, it's, the dates aren't set yet, so we're good.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, I'll entertain a motion for July and August.
I second it.
No, make the motion.
Oh, I make a motion it.
Okay.
I second.
Okay. Roll call.
Motion made by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem, seconded by Vice Mayor Morsat. Vice Mayor Morsat,
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
No.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-1.
Okay. The next one is discussion attend the Climate Preparedness Conference in DC for this month, May, was it? I'm not sure, 18th, 19th?
Yeah, it's from the 18th to 20th.
18th to the
It's
20th.
Okay. So any commissioner that wishes to attend the Climate Preparedness Conference, do we need to set an amount not to exceed? Okay, so 3,500, I think. The conference is, okay, so the conference, if they do it, I think today or tomorrow, something like that, it's 1,600 without the workshops, just for the conference, and 1,958 with the
It's roughly $2,000 for the conference.
with the workshops, and then travel and hotel.
The hotel is approximately $1,000 for 3 nights.
Okay. So 3, so,
And the plane ticket's roughly five
so.
or six.
All right, so not to
They
exceed.
can't do it virtually. There's no virtual thing to do with us.
I didn't see it on that website. So not to exceed $4,000. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion that any commissioner who wishes to attend the Climate Preparedness Conference this May 18th through the 20th for an amount not to exceed $4,000. So somebody has to make the motion. I just entertained it.
That
so you
will
guys-
have the Hodgkins. He's good at that.
Who's going to make the motion?
I
No,
can.
I'm not going to make that motion.
You make the motion?
I'll make the motion. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I make a motion that.
Okay, second. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? No? Roll call.
Motion made by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem, seconded by Vice Mayor Morsat. Mayor Mohammed,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morsat.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. Can somebody work out who are we assigning to handle scheduling the conference and booking hotels and stuff? Can somebody
We'll
handle
figure
that
that
for
out tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. Okay, so now we're down to 11.1, commission assignments and boards and committees. So we have the Broward League of Cities,
It's Eric.
board of directors. And that would be a board member and an alternate. And there's also an alternate, right? There's a second alternate. Okay. So let's have the discussion. I would like to be the board member. Who wants to be the acting, and who wants to be the acting?
That's you, no?
I can't be all three.
Oh, okay.
They meet Thursdays at 12, once a month.
Thursday at 12. Yeah, I can be number 2 or number 3.
I'd like to stick with the MPO. I've been there for more than a year now.
Okay.
Just getting to know people and do things up there. So.
Okay.
Okay, let's make a motion.
We need a second. I mean, a second. Oh.
Second.
Acting alternate.
Okay, what's the wording here? Help me out.
Okay. Well, we still need a second. Do they meet the same time as the MPO?
It could be.
It could be. Do they?
I don't know when the MPO meets. The league
MPO is this.
first Thursday of the month. The new
No,
meeting is the third.
we're the second Thursday.
Okay. So then you could be the second. The acting second. The third backup.
For
the Broward League of Cities Board of Directors. You'll still stay on the MPO.
Okay.
Okay. So then I'll entertain a motion that I will be the board member, he'll be the acting, and he'll be the acting.
For the record, the first he would be Vice Mayor Morissette.
Yes.
The second he would be for Commissioner Hopkins.
Yes. So I'll entertain that motion. Or do you just have a resolution for us, or what do you want?
Motion be appropriate.
Okay. So can I get a motion for that?
I can motion that.
Okay. Who's going to second?
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call.
Well, there has something going on.
Motion made by Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem, seconded by Vice Mayor Morissette. Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem?
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morissette?
Aye.
Mayor Mohammed?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay. So we need the MPO. Do we need to renew putting him on there, or is he fine with the fact that he's going to stay on there, or do you need direction, or tell me which one?
I don't know the answer when the NPO terms are up, to be honest, Mayor.
Okay.
My understanding is that absent any term expiring, that it would carry over.
Okay, perfect.
I believe that Clerk Commissioner.
Yeah, they don't really have.
I believe the Clerk Commissioner would name the
Okay. Perfect. So then you stay on the MPO. Everybody knows that I hope I haven't dragged it into the ground, that there's the Florida League of Cities has committees that we all sit on. And so if you could pick which committees you'd like to be on and let the clerk know so that she can let them know. It doesn't start until like September, so we have time.
The league's annual meeting is the weekend of August 11th in Orlando, Florida League.
Yeah. And then September, October, November, we usually have the one day up in Orlando to set policies for the next legislative session. So they'll let you know what boards they would like to sit on.
Okay.
And we've also opened that up in the past to staff as well.
For the record, Mayor Ross of Cooper City is the incoming president of the Florida League of Cities.
Okay.
He has some local representation as well.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Should be noted, though, commissioners need to apply for these positions.
Okay. So that takes care of that. Okay. Town hall generator, 11.2.
So there's a generator here in Town Hall. So this is one of those ongoing issues here in Pembroke Park on or about sometime around 2015, to the best of the knowledge of the Public Works and myself. There was a generator in Bamboo Paradise in a former commissioner's park that quit working. They took that generator out and took the generator from Town Hall, moved it over and put it in Bamboo Paradise. The broken generator has been sitting here at Town Hall since 2015. At one point, there was grant money that was available to fix the generator, but the money for the grant, or money ended up getting used for something else, which I'm not sure what it was used for, and the generator never got fixed. So we still have a broken generator that's still sitting back here in the back of Town Hall when, like I said, there was grant money that was available to fix it. It wasn't available because that money got used for something else, and we still have a broken generator sitting here at Town Hall. They tried to fix it just recently. They've been unable to fix it still.
I'm very familiar with Bamboo Paradise, and I would like you to tell me where that generator is. I've been living there next door to it 17 years, and I never saw a generator over there. I asked the previous director of Public Works why there was no or generator for the lift station. And he said, "Oh, there is a connection, but we don't have a generator here. We bring it out from the town hall when it's necessary." So I actually don't know what generator you're talking about over there. I never saw it.
What previous public works director are you talking about? We've had a handful.
Yeah, both Todd actually was the first one I talked to, and then I talked to what was his name? Clark. Rob Clark.
Well,
right?
that information came from Todd Larson, who was our previous public works director.
I lived there in 17 years. I never saw a generator over there, and I've been, I have friends in that park, and I come there all the time. So,
Well, I'm going to say this is news to me as well. Currently, the generator is not broken, and I'm getting that from our Public Works Department right now. And I do know that we had applied numerous times for grants. I do not know what the status of those grants are at this point because that was a while ago. But I would direct staff to look into it and come back with a report because as I know right now, it's not broken. And I don't recall anyone ever switching out a generator on us. So with that being said, I'm going to direct staff and let staff give us back a written report.
yeah, that's the best way to go.
Yeah. With that, we're going to go on attorney's report. Oh, I almost forgot to make that announcement.
Thank you, Mayor Commission. Just a couple quick items, if I may. As we know, the legislative session is closed. I know that Mr. Segerson was here earlier, and I believe he's been preparing some legislative updates to the Mayor and Commission. There are a number of bills that were adopted by the legislature. Several of them have been signed by the governor. Several are sitting on the governor's desk for signature. Our office will be preparing a couple updates as well. Just a few preliminary updates on a couple of those items. You're all familiar with the Form 1, which is the Statement of Financial Interests that you file every year by July 1st. Are you required to file when you qualified as a candidate for office? Effective 2024, the Form 1 will no longer apply to elected municipal officials. There now be a requirement to file a Form 6, which is a more detailed financial interest statement. It's the same disclosure that the county commissioners file, the judges file, and that state legislators file. So there are some new filing requirements that take effect in 2024. When you file in 2023 for this calendar year, the Form 1 would still apply. We also have the permitless carry law, which has now been embraced in Florida. We have some legislative updates on that item as well. And there are several others we'll be advising the mayor and the commission on in the coming days and weeks. One local item I want to bring to your attention, we did handle very recently a code enforcement appeal for the town of Pembroke Park. There was a respondent referenced as VIPRE that was the subject of some pending code enforcement matters. Just after the hearing, when they were found to be in violation, the respondent filed a motion in circuit court to quash the special magistrate's findings. I'm pleased to report, and we did say this in a memorandum to the Mayor and Commission last week, that in representing the town in that matter before the circuit court, we were successful in getting the appellant's motion quashed. So the town's order, the special magistrate's order, was upheld. The respondent did have the opportunity to file a motion for a rehearing, which they have done. So the matter is still pending at the appellate level. But at least on the preliminary review, the town's order and the special magistrate's order was upheld. So that is some good news on the code enforcement front. The other item I just wanted to bring to your attention as a reminder that next Tuesday, the 17th, I think it's the 16th actually, for those that are interested, we do have 2 more hours of ethics training scheduled.
Yes.
So that was the only other item I had tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. The proposal for the forensic audit, I will have that at the next workshop. We just had to, going back and forth, there's a lot of information that we're requesting. But that will be coming before at the workshop. Other than that, I will be at the end of the month, be attending the Florida City and County Managers Association conference up in Orlando. Just to let you know.
As the previous mayor of the town of Pembroke Park had the opportunity to dig into the records of the town, it was with Marlon, JC, the town clerk, JC, and many other directors. We kept opening boxes that uncovered just a mess of this town when it came to situations. It pains me to bring this up to the residents of Pembroke Park, the state and condition this town was in. But I came forward as a whistleblower when it came to the $2.3 million missing that is still unaccounted for. This needs to be investigated by the state of Florida, State Attorney General's office, the Public Corruption Unit, and the Broward OIG. It's not just the $2.3 million that there's no expenditures for. There's more than that. One mobile home community, again, Bamboo Paradise, had the water drainage and sewer redone at the taxpayer's expense. Also, Southwest 32nd Street.
Excuse me, wasn't there a contract that the town signed?
So back in a certain time, around 97, the mobile home park owners deeded their properties or deeded their utilities to the town for approximately $10. So the town has been maintaining these areas. But there is only one mobile home park in the town of Pembroke Park who's had the water drainage and sewer all redone at the taxpayer's expense. Just pointing it out. So also Southwest 30, the Mayor Street. It was also had corrections done on it. These are the two areas of town that don't have any infrastructure issues. The infrastructure in the rest of the town is failing every which direction. We have pipes crumbling, we have asbestos pipes. We have lift stations that if we lose lift station 17, we're gonna lose an elementary school. I have it listed for the next workshop for discussion as well. There is, this, I think we've gotten to the point that the state needs to step in and actually look through, along with the forensic audit, to find out what actually has been happening here for decades, long before I was here or you were here.
Regarding the sewer pipes, the town owns most of the sewer pipes in the town, going into apartment buildings, into businesses, into the mobile home parks. So you focusing on a specific mobile home park makes no sense.
Actually,
we own them all. We own all the pipes.
No, actually, it stops at the meter.
No, it does not.
Town's responsibility stops at the meter.
Oh, yeah.
No, it doesn't. Past the meter is the owner's.
We talked about sewers.
That's
okay.
past
Sewers don't have meters on them.
You know, I'll just let the Office of Inspector General and the Public
Please do.
Corruptions Unit really look into what's going on around here.
Please do. There's a lot of things that they need to look into.
We need to look forward and get we have a lot of problems, as you said yourself. We need to look forward. You trying to dig up the past 30, 40, and 50 years ago, it makes no sense right now.
Here's the
we
problem.
need to go forward.
The problems of the past you have to fix to continue to go forward. We are sitting on 8 grants. These grants got here before we, JC, what are the dates of all the grants?
When they started?
Yep. Every grant, when were they obtained? The 8 grants that are still outstanding?
I believe just the ones, especially the Department of Emergency Management. I think those go back to, I want to say like 15.
There's 8 of them.
I'd have to go back and look at the dates. I do apologize, but they do predate. They do predate you and
next workshop. I need
I'll have the dates. I'll give you the dates.
The grants and the dates they expire, how many extensions have been on all of them, and where we're at with all those grants.
Sure.
And what the status is and how we're moving forward with it without a public works director.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any more comments from you, Commissioner Jacobs?
I have none.
Okay. No. Do you have any comments on the question?
No.
Speaker, do you have any comments? No. I am going to address a couple of things that were just said, just to kind of clarify for the record. Number one, with even during the interviews for the public works directors that I've spoken to, it is customary practice for the towns, cities, municipalities to cover from the clean out all the way through to where it gets picked up to the next city, whoever is cleaning, processing, or dealing with the I'm not sure what the proper terminology is. I want to call it sludge. I don't know what the proper terminology is. But basically, for the record, it's the clean outs all the way through. And that's for any city. That even occurred like when I spoke to some of the people that we interviewed for Public Works. That is the normal and standard practice, clean out all the way through till it gets picked up at the next city, whoever's processing it, or wherever a processing facility is. That's number one. Second, my street doesn't have any problems. The only thing that I'm going to say is drive down my street during the rain. Also bring a broom, a wet vac, suction pump, something to pump out the water, because we do have water every time it rains. And we actually never did do anything regarding that. So if you would like to put that motion on the agenda and take care of my block, I'd be greatly appreciative. And so would my neighbors.
The town just purchased a $100,000 pump.
For my block?
I have no idea. They spent $100,000 on a pump.
Okay, so where's the pump?
Public Works Director wanted this pump for $100,000.
Okay, so where's the pump? Because I'm not quite understanding your allegation. As you said before, my street doesn't have any problems. Well, I'm going to let you know, and I'm stating for the record that it...
On your street.
No, you stated my... No, okay, so back to the... Stop. Back to the apples and oranges, because you can't sit here and keep mix-maxing facts. You just stated, for the record, do you want Mark to come up here and replay that my street doesn't have any problems? You basically stated that the former mayor... Park doesn't have any problems, and my street is the other one that doesn't have any problems, is what you said. So you can't start mix-matching facts of there's a $100,000 pump, but you don't know where the pump is. My street does.
Confusing people.
I'm not good at confusing people. I'm literally just getting sick and tired of
Lack
just
of integrity when it
wow.
comes to
And we're talking about integrity and dishonesty. Really? Okay, we're not going to go there,
I
right?
asked you if you were an immigration attorney because I know you as an immigration attorney, and your website
Why do you know?
says
Okay, sir. Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
every other kind of attorney but an immigrant.
Okay, so I did the. I'm sorry. So would you like to hear?
I'm done.
I don't really know. Like, would you like to sit here? No, stop, because you want to sit here and put things on the record. We do have a June 16th. We do have a immigration citizenship drive in the city. If you would like to know what I do practice, why don't you actually go to the clerk of the court's website and look up my information? I'd appreciate that before you keep spewing facts out there.
Your website.
Okay, because I did the immigration clinic, so I have experience, because when I was in law school in 2006 to 2010, I did the immigration clinic, which means I do have experience in immigration law. I do admiralty and maritime law too. So what are you saying? Okay.
I asked you specifically if you did immigration.
I did immigration clinic in 2010. Would you like to see my certificate from St. Thomas? I did the clinic. I did an internship in immigration. I do get to put that on my resume. So please stop sitting here spewing BS, because I do get to put it as I have experience as an immigration attorney.
You did immigration law. You said you did every other kind of law.
I practice where I actually get paid in admiralty and maritime. I do not get paid for immigration work. I do stuff for free. So yes, I do practice in immigration, if that's what you mean, because I did do an internship. I did a clinic. It also says I did admiralty and maritime. Look, I do okay, commissioners, I did immigration clinic in 2009 to 2010 under St. Thomas University under Professor Dastine. I did go to court. I did 4 cases.
Under my time as mayor.
How is that dishonest? Please explain to me how, when I went to school, I did an internship.
All the lawsuits in this town.
Mr. Mayor, can you close the meeting and then you can have this discussion?
I really don't want to have a discussion with him. I just really want the record to be clear, because I'm sick and tired of having this Trump fact check.
To the commission about the town having forensic audits.
The town had great. I did not say a commissioner went to jail. I did say that. Beverly Radix, the clerk. No, sir. Go ahead and review it. I did not say a commissioner went to jail for the forensic audit.
To support House Bill 1355. Does anyone know what that bill is?
Mayor?
Yes.
Mayor, this is...
We're
I got it sitting on my desk. You want to read it? It's right there.
we're gonna entertain a motion to adjourn.
Truth about it.
Let's have a discussion. Do we need a discussion to sit here and battle this out and actually put the facts on the record? Do we need to have a meeting where we actually notice it, just to sit here and go through this without wasting the other commissioners' times? Okay, so then can we schedule something so that we can have a battle royale and clear and fact check everything that our Trumpster over here keeps saying? Can you please schedule that?
Can you clear my name, please?
Oh, yeah. So, by the way, I would like to introduce my brother, Torrance Muhammad, not Terrence McKenna. I'm not quite sure how Terrence McKenna, when you do a check, he's actually from Arizona. and he lives in California. I will put a picture on the record just because I kind of want to show that my brother and Terrence McKenna don't actually look alike at all because he's like a 70-year-old man, but it's somewhere up here floating around, just so that you know that my mom did not have a 70-year-old son named Terrence McKenna who's from Rancho, California. Just so that we
That
put
would have been
on the record
impressive.
since, huh? I know.
That would have been impressive.
I didn't know either, but you know, hey, mom is.
You want to go there?
My mom is special. She's able to bear 70-year-old children. Appreciate it. And we're going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
Okay, but you said that you also made a statement about scheduling some kind of meeting.
Yeah, whenever he's available, we'll notice it to the public so that we can have this.
Who's going to be here? It's you and him?
I don't know if anyone wants to come and sit here and deal with this fact-checking crap, but if we need to.
Well, we're not part of the history, but if you need moral support, I'll be here.
Oh, I appreciate it.
So I'll call it a workshop, but it's a workshop because of advertising
Purposes.
reasons. Because
Yes.
there's not a vote, there's nothing, it's just going to be a discussion.
Okay. And then also just want to point out that we did update the website for folks so that if they are interested, they can actually go and see what their code violations are because of the fact that we haven't had any transparency with that and there seems to be some misunderstandings and things like that. So I just want to put that out there that the website is available now to look for code enforcement violations.
Yes.
And I think with that, I think we can adjourn.
Do you want to read out the announcements?
Hold on. Yes, sure. Special magistrate hearing Wednesday, May 17th at 9 o'clock a.m. Workshop commission meeting Wednesday, May 24th at 6 p.m. Food drive Saturday, June 3rd at 11 o'clock a.m. Regular commission meeting Wednesday, June 14th at 7 o'clock p.m. And special magistrate hearing Wednesday, June 21st at 9 o'clock.
I'm going to actually bring up code compliance so you see that this is where the transparency portal is located at.
Okay, perfect.
I think I have it up on the, yeah. So they would go to government, then hit code compliance, and then at that point, you'll be able to go to the transparency portal, which is all the way at the top.
Okay, thank you. Motion to adjourn.
JC. Will you take this? The mayor left it here.
All in favor for motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Aye.
All in favor?
make-
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I'm trying to find that stupid picture of this guy. Here. Marlon, would you like to post this man's photo on, Marlon, would you like to post this man's photo to show that we don't have any family resemblance?
I think he looks just like him.
Yeah, don't, you know.